From Mamma Mia, welcome to The Spill, your daily pop culture fix. I'm Laura Brodnick.
And I'm Em Burnham.
And if our voices sound a little prim and proper, it's because we're both sitting up very straight and very, very rigid today because we've got a few issues. Just realised my boobs are fully out.
Yeah, but at least they're nice boobs.
Oh, thank you so much. And your nipples are...
My nipples are
way out there.
Can't do anything about that. It's like your cleavage plus my nipples.
Makes the perfect boob.
Yeah. I've also got a huge slit in my skirt.
Oh, I hadn't even seen that.
And
but you
I'm
look
trying
hot.
to cover it.
Well, it's because we're going to a very special premiere tonight.
I'm so excited.
I guess we can say we're going to see Wicked tonight.
Wicked Part 2.
Yes, we can't say anything about it, but as soon as the embargo lifts, we'll be doing so many reviews, a brutally honest review, all the things. And I guess if you want to go see our boobs, go watch our YouTube channel, The Spill.
You're welcome.
Let us know if you spy one trying to escape during this record.
Don't look at me.
Anyway, coming up on the show today, everyone believes that Taylor Swift is feuding with some of her famous friends, and we have just seen some news that tells us differently. Plus, Dakota Fanning has given us some very relatable dating news that has started to go viral, so we're going to jump into that. But first, we woke up to some very exciting news.
This is the one thing I've been waiting for a very, very long time. We are talking about the new teaser trailer for the second Devil Wears Prada movie. It was just released this morning, and because it's a teaser trailer, you're not getting a lot, but I feel like with this one, you got enough.
You're just getting so much. So yes, it's just a tiny little teaser, and it's this very iconic shot of Miranda Priestley's heels strutting through the runway office, which is a beautiful mirror from the first, when she's introduced in the first movie, where you see the whole office at Runway Magazine like scurrying to get ready for her arrival, and then you kind of see the silhouette of her before you get this full shot of her. So it's kind of like that to get her big reveal in the elevator.
Yeah, and then in the elevator, we're also greeted with Andy.
Yes.
Who actually stops the elevator, which I feel like makes me think that she's in a different position now.
Well, that's a huge power move too, because obviously in the first movie, it's that whole thing of no one gets in the lift with Miranda. That's a sign of power. So no one would ever stop the lift with her in it. But that does give us a bit of insight into the plot that we haven't had before. So we do know that this is slightly moving away from the Devil Wears Prada books, of which there are quite a few, and follows them many, many years after the events of the first book. And so in this movie, we know that Miranda Priestley is still at Runway, but she's a victim of a crumpling kind of media infrastructure, which is kind of stressing me out because I'm like, I don't want to think about work when I'm watching ad spend is down. There's all these different things that have come in to replace traditional media. And so the idea is that she's called in Andy Sachs to help her, but the gatekeeper of the money they need is Emily Blunt's character, Emily, because apparently she is the head of this luxury house and she's in charge of the ad spend. So Miranda Priestley needs to get her on board. So it's the three of them
back together again. Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
And Stanley Tucci is there somewhere.
Yeah, he's in there. It's cute too because the trailer is release day, which is Anne Hathaway's 43rd birthday. So she was one of the first people to post it. And she's like, I feel like today is everyone's birthday. And she was correct.
It is correct. We can't wait to watch it. Do we know a date yet? When it's coming
May
out?
1st, which is stressful for me because I was going to take that whole week off for my birthday. And I'm like, that's going to be a working week.
That is a working week for both. It's both of our birthdays.
I know. Oh my God. Should we ask them to move it?
Yeah.
Do you have Meryl's contact information?
I will. I'll give it to you off the pod so no one else knows.
Okay, thank you for that. So in the last few weeks in particular, there's been a lot of speculation that Taylor Swift has had a huge falling out with a pair of her famous couple friends, but not Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
Those are the ones I immediately thought of.
Well, obviously there's been a huge amount of speculation about that from the trial. But no, I'm talking about Miles Teller, actor extraordinaire, and his wife, Keleigh Teller.
I kind of knew this was – is it Keeley?
No. I actually thought it was Keeley as well, but it's Keleigh. It's Keleigh, yeah.
Keleigh Teller.
I know.
Oh my God, this is breaking news. This is the most breaking news for me.
Well, I've heard quite a few people say her name recently, most notably her husband, and I do feel like he has it correct. And I also heard Elizabeth Olsen say it the other day, and I trust her with my life. So
yeah, because she barely speaks. So when she does, you know she's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a feeling that – can I have my theory?
Yes, please do.
Okay, my theory is this started after was it the Grammys or the Oscars where that whole thing with Selena Gomez and the lip reading thing
it was
happened?
the Golden Globes.
The Golden Globes. Yeah. The whole thing. Because she was the one that everyone was lip reading because she was telling us basically what was going on. Yes. And she was the one saying the words, with Kylie, Timothy, no.
And she was over enunciating.
She was over enunciating. Like, it was like so easy to, like, even like me who can't lip read to save my life, I could easily tell.
Oh yeah, we didn't even need the lip readers.
We didn't
very
need
much
it.
Like, stand down, guys. We've got this
and
ourselves.
Selena Gomez and like Taylor Swift were like kind of covering their mouths, or like Selena Gomez was kind of looking inward to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And Keleigh just kind of leans over and gives her 2 cents. And I think if she wasn't there, I think none of us would have figured out what they were actually talking about.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the huge difference between two women who have been in the spotlight since they were teenagers.
Yeah.
And everything they say is scrutinized so intently.
Yeah.
And Keleigh Taylor like has been with Miles for a while and has built her own kind of following. So she is well known, but no one's usually like lip reading what she's saying. So I think she's just all in on the gossip, which is a beautiful thing because there is nothing better when you're at an event and some piece of gossip breaks and you're sitting with your two best friends. Like, that is a golden moment of life.
I feel like that was kind of in my opinion, that would have been maybe the catalyst of the friendship, like teetering, not because of anything they've done wrong, but Taylor's like, you're a loose unit. Like, I can't keep you around me.
Well, that's the thought, but then we've had a bit of evidence to suggest otherwise. So they've been very, very close friends for, a long time, but it's really in the last couple of years that Taylor Swift was just with the Tellers, like very publicly all the time. They were always spotted going out to dinners. Keleigh is also really active on her socials. So she would be the one, like, because Taylor Swift never posts when she's having dinner with her friends and stuff. She's too famous for that. But Keleigh would post like at going out to dinner or sitting in her kitchen or in a car somewhere, and she would always like post about Taylor Swift being there, which I mean, I think it's
we all have that friend.
Yeah, we all have the friend
we all have a Keleigh
who's in our group who's documenting everything. And after a while you just have to be like, well, I guess the price of having them in the friendship group is that the camera's always on, so that's fine. But
they got really close because Miles was in one of her music videos.
Yeah, so they were in a music video together. So yeah, they've been friends. So Taylor Swift and Keleigh in particular have been friends since 2014. And then also like Taylor Swift was at their wedding, like the Tellers' wedding in 2019. And they also starred in the 2020 music video for her song, I Bet You Think About Me, Taylor's version.
Oh. So they've been together for a long time.
Yes. And, you know, going out to dinners together and things. And then where the speculation started was that, yes, from the Golden Globes, but also Keleigh stopped posting Taylor Swift. She still follows her on Instagram. And Taylor Swift obviously famously follows no one because how could she? The politics.
Yeah, she can't. She can't.
So intense.
And that's really telling when you have a person in your group who's constantly posting you. And then they just stop.
Yeah, exactly. So Keleigh hasn't posted Taylor for the last couple of months, but they have been seen together, but also stopped liking a lot of her things. But she did like the engagement.
Do you think she got told off?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe Tree Payne had to do it.
Maybe Tree Payne had to get involved. I feel like that woman could really nicely do some dirty work and like walk away without anyone feeling.
Yeah, we all need a tree in our lives.
Yeah, I would love a Tree Payne in my life to just fix all my problems and tell me what to do. So Keleigh did like, I believe, Taylor Swift's engagement post and also the post about buying her master's back. So, yeah, quite a bit of speculation. They're not friends anymore, especially because Keleigh would often go to Travis's football games with Taylor in her kind of girl gang. But I think there's a bigger thing to it here is that like Taylor Swift doesn't really bring all of her friends to those games anymore, and there have been some security risks. Apparently there was some like threats against her, and like, at one point she was sitting behind like bulletproof protection. So maybe
she gets booed every single time,
and she's getting booed and stuff. So I think at first it was this nice thing, like you bring all your girlfriends. That's such a natural thing, like you bring all your girlfriends to your boyfriend's game. But if you're getting booed and you're sitting behind bulletproof glass, I don't know if that's quite the place to that you'd want all your girlfriends to. You'd be like, let's just go have a wine afterwards instead. But then it all came to a bit of a heightened state recently when Miles Teller, he's doing a lot of press at the moment for that movie he's in with Elizabeth Olsen.
And Callum Turner?
Yeah, Eternity.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Oh my God, I'm seeing it next week. I'm so excited.
I'm away.
Oh, actually it's the week after. Yeah, sorry, have an admin
sorry,
here.
It's the week after and I'm away for that screening.
All right,
and
I'll just tell you about it.
No. I want to go.
Well,
I guess I'll cancel my flight to Perth.
Yeah, please do. Get Miles on the phone and be like, can we get a screener? So he's been doing a lot of press for that movie, and he got asked on a red carpet, are you going to Taylor's wedding? And there was this kind of like panicked, shocked look on his face. And he was like, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. And he's like, yeah, I'm just really happy for them. And it really looked like they weren't invited to the wedding and that they had had a falling out and that he was panicking about being asked about it.
Oh, I would panic too. Because obviously... Wait, so was he panicking because they're not friends?
Well, that was the thought. And then all these articles have just been up, especially in the last week or so, of saying like all the signs that the Kellers have fallen out with Taylor Swift, all the signs that Keleigh Taylor and Taylor Swift in particular have had a really big falling out, and that Miles Teller is sort of like a spoil of war. Is kind of messed up in the whole situation. But then yesterday it came out that Miles Teller was appearing on New Heights, which is the podcast that the Kelce brothers host together.
Oh God, this podcast, man.
This podcast is just like this bro-y football podcast has somehow become the catalyst for all the biggest breaking pop culture news of the year.
It's like, why have become like Louis Theroux in conversation? Like
it's the investigative journalism that no one else is doing.
And it's both of them. Like they both are really into like asking the like craziest questions to their celebrity guests.
Why have I listened to this podcast like 8 times this year?
Wild.
It's so crazy.
And I rarely listen to male podcasts.
I know. I think that's the
This is the most listened to.
I listen to a female podcast, but they always have a female host with them.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever listened to 2 dudes before.
Yeah. I also know so much about football from this podcast.
Oh, that has still escaped me. But I just always thought about that when Taylor Swift was on the podcast and they were laughing about all the team members being on the court on the field at the same time. Do you remember that bit?
No.
Where she was like, what did it feel like when you looked down and saw your brother on the side of the field?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, well, I wouldn't be there because we're not in the field at the same time. And they all laughed like that was the stupidest thing ever. And I was like, is that a thing? Isn't everyone on the field? Is it?
Yeah, it is a thing. Oh. It's like a football thing. But I only know so much about American football because of that one podcast.
I was going to say, I come from a really football crazy town. It's one of the reasons I left, because it's like you're either all in with the Cowboys or you're not.
Yeah.
And I didn't know
you're
that.
Like, not.
And I'm not. And so I didn't realize that was a thing. But
well, that was the first thing I actually looked up.
Really?
When I found out like she was dating him and I found out, oh my God, wait, he's versing his brother in the Super Bowl. So I looked up like, I tried to find clips of them together on the field and they're just like never together. They are, but they're in such different positions that they never end up being close together. It's not like sport here.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's like we're the Kelce brothers.
We're a sports podcast too. What other sports could we dig into?
Oh, there's so many, F1.
Yeah. Oh, that's a you thing.
Okay.
I could do a netball podcast. I don't know if anyone cares about that. Anyway, so I listened to these 3 bros on this podcast.
So it's still the 2 of them interviewing people. Okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they just chat by themselves and sometimes they have people on. So, it's just like they both said really nice things about Miles at the top of the show and he's just chatting away and it's just really, and it does sound like they're all, it didn't sound like they hadn't spoken for, you know, like sometimes you can kind of get this idea like you guys haven't spoken for a while, or they had that thing of like people who know each other really, really well and also people who there's like no uneasiness between. I think that's a long thing to fake for such a long interview.
Yeah, it would be hard. But they would have also, because of everything that's happening in the media, they would have also had to firstly do it.
Yeah.
And then also ramp up the lovey-dovey.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the interesting thing is that they didn't need to do this at all.
Yeah.
Like obviously maybe more people like me listened just to see if there was kind of any dirt in the whole feuding with Taylor Swift. But no one would have thought it was weird if Miles Teller didn't promote his new rom-com on the Kelce brothers podcast.
Yeah.
Like no one would have thought that was weird. So the fact that they did it, I think, is because they wanted to have him on because they have a very intense friendship.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to have him on and he like knew a lot about their life and everything. And so what I think happened is I think there hasn't been a falling out. I just think that Taylor Swift, again, she can't have her friends at the games because of all the security risks. She has been a lot less public, going out to dinners with friends and events and everything recently since the Eras tour wrapped and since her album came out. Like she went full press with the album and now they've sort of gone back into hiding a little bit. And I also think a lot of details from their wedding have already started to leak in a way.
Has it?
Well, there was that story that came out about a couple who came out and said that they had booked their wedding venue in an area that Travis and Taylor were thought to be getting married, and they got a call saying another couple wants this date. And they said absolutely not. And then they called back and said they'll pay you literally anything.
Whoa.
And offered them this astronomical sum of money, and also offered them some money not to tell anyone. And so
and then they told
like,
everyone.
yeah.
Like,
Well, no,
we didn't
I
take
don't
that
think they
money.
did. I think they told like a few friends, and then like a few friends mentioned it, and then it's so, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It just somehow
spiraled.
found, and then like a few people listened to that, and it got kind of escalated once. And so now everyone thinks that this venue and this date and this time is when they're getting married. And apparently they're trying so hard to keep it under wraps, which is fair enough. So I think that all their guests are like very much under like no one wants to be the one to ruin the secret.
Yeah.
So I think when Miles Teller's just on a red carpet, he's talking about
he was
his
scared he was
movie.
going to do a Tom Holland.
Yes.
And spill some beans.
And then all of a sudden he gets asked about Taylor Swift's wedding. And I think he just panicked.
Yeah.
And I
mean, everyone would.
I would.
Yeah. I'd
Can you
go
be
like
the-
completely silent.
Can you be the one? Imagine you were the one who spoiled something at the wedding. And also he could have just said like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. But I think he just mind blanked, and he's like, yeah, I think it'll be, I don't know if we're going. I don't know those. He stopped short of
He
saying
went
like, I don't
too
know.
hard the other way.
He's like, he stopped short of saying like, I don't know who Taylor Swift is.
Who was that?
And so I think it was more of a panic situation that they're not friends.
Miles.
But obviously the
and
best.
Kelly would have called him going, Miles.
She's like, it already looks like this woman hates me. And I've based half my personality off being married to you and half my personality off being best friends with Taylor Swift. And now you've ruined one of those things and potentially the other.
Oh.
So I think that they'll still very much be there.
It's
but
actually such a good strategy because she can just use Travis's podcast to address rumors without having to address them.
yeah, that's so true.
And he's like, in a way, like her bodyguard through his work.
yeah.
Oh my God. That's a dream.
The perfect setup. We need to get famous boyfriends who'll just be on a podcast and just do all of our dirty work for us.
Every girl's dream, a boyfriend who's on a podcast.
A broy football podcast. I could literally go and swing my handbag out in the street outside this office.
You'll hit
and
a guy
I'll
with
hit
a podcast.
10 guys with a podcast, actually. So maybe that's not the dream.
So Dakota Fanning, who I feel like we don't really talk about that much on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's got her head down, like making her movies, hanging out, being a gal's gal.
She's just being Hollywood royalty.
Yeah.
Like Elle, our bestie.
Yeah.
But Dakota Fanning went on Andy Cohen earlier this week. And every celebrity who goes on Andy Cohen, I feel like he always gets a good soundbite out of them because he always asks the most rogue questions.
Yes.
So they were talking about dating and her dating life. And she's seemingly single right now. She says she's been on and off the dating apps. And she had been on Raya privately, also known as Raya, some people pronounce it as. I don't know how to pronounce it because I've never been accepted on it.
So
So
have you tried to get on it?
I've
It's
been on
okay if you have. Apparently the waiting list is like 50,000 people or something. Like actually like celebs can't even get on it now because it's so popular. So it's okay if you can't get on there.
I've been on the waiting list
Yeah.
for 8 years.
It's probably like one celeb in front of you.
No,
How many years?
8 years.
8 years. My God, you could be married with
I've
two
had
children.
relationships in that and I've still been on the waiting list.
Because you're like, even if you get married, you're just like, I can't get off that waiting list. I've waited too long.
I've waited too long. I've had probably 15 referrals.
Yeah.
I got my account verified.
And still.
I have a lot
Who
of beef.
can we get in touch?
I have don't even. Like
Raya,
I've
let
been
this
through
woman
this.
on there.
I have a lot of beef with you, Raya, and I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
And so is Dakota Fanning.
And so is Dakota.
She
Fanning,
has
'cause
started the downfall.
This is actually not
of
about
Raya.
me, guys. It's about Dakota. She was talking about some of the people she's seen on Raya, and she's had a lot of feedback for these people.
Yes.
Here's what she said.
A psychic told your sister, Elle,
Yeah.
that you would meet the love of your life at
Not till
32.
32.
I know, but that's next year.
It is next year.
So now, and you're on Mariah now, I hear.
Yeah,
How's that going?
unfortunately. I'm over it.
Right. It's a lot of people pretending to be like creative directors.
A lot of like founders,
Yes,
creative
yes,
directors.
yes.
And my peeve with it also is like their logline bio thing saying like how adventurous you have to be and like
Right.
want a woman who like will climb a mountain with me and then like go get a coffee and like walk to the beach. It's like I don't want to do any of that.
Yeah, right.
You know?
How about I'm a major motion picture star? Is that adventurous enough for you,
Like,
asshole?
Take on a
Founder.
nice vacation somewhere.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Like to a beautiful hotel. Why do you
Yeah.
want me to rough it in a tent with you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Tom Cruise sends me shoes for my
Exactly.
birthday. Is that adventurous
Can you live
enough
up
for
to
you?
that or not?
Yeah, exactly.
So many things about this upset me.
Oh.
Like I'm 100% on her side.
Yeah.
So I just want to back up her points. Firstly, the psychic of the question.
Oh, yes.
I hate psychics.
Well, you and Kim Kardashian. Did you see that?
They're fucking liars. They said I was going to pass the bar exam and I didn't. So they're all pathological liars. No. The reason why I hate this situation of a psychic was I had so many friends who've gone to psychics for love to ask, when will I meet the one? When will I get married? And so many of them are so confident in their psychic abilities that they give them like a date and an age. And I think that is so harmful. I've had so many friends going, oh, by the way, I was meant to meet my husband on this date. And it's been the date. And I'm like, we've just come home from a party.
Yeah.
You didn't meet anyone.
You better
She's
hit the
like, "I know."
streets before midnight
Yeah.
strikes.
And I'm like, that is so, and this is an extra step because not only did she go to a psychic, her sister went to a psychic. So Elle would have gone to a psychic and that psychic would have been like,
And said,
your
"When-"
sister will meet someone at 32. And Dakota's just in her bed reading a book and Elle's like, hey, you're going to meet your future partner by 32. And she's like, I didn't ask for this.
I didn't want this. And then everything becomes about that. It's like when I went on my big Europe adventure last year.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that psychic ruined my life because
Yes.
I went to an event and had like a psychic tell me all this stuff. And she said, you're about to get a huge invitation that's going to take you on an adventure. And like that bit was true, but also I get invitations to stuff all the time. I got an invitation to go to Europe. I went. She also said that I was going to meet my English husband.
Yeah.
Not on the Europe trip, but she said soon after. And that's all anyone cared about. Every single day, all my friends, all my colleagues messaging me like, have you met him yet? Have you seen him yet? And I'm like, no, but I did like climb to the top of this mountain and go to this ancient village where only like, 10 people get to go a year. And they're like, we don't care about that.
Like, where's
And I
the
was like,
Englishman?
yeah, exactly. And then I came back and everyone's like, oh, so you're not engaged. And I was like, no, but I have other things and no one cared about my trip.
Oh.
And now people just talk about what a big disappointment my life is because I didn't meet my husband after what the psychic said. And can I tell you, all psychics do is tell single women that they're about to get engaged.
That is
We
so
have a
true.
psychic, I don't know if I should say this. We have a psychic who comes to the office.
Yes.
And
I've
I
never
haven't-
gone.
I've never gone either.
Yeah.
But there is a parade of women that
Yeah.
come out of that room.
There's a waiting list to see the psychic.
Oh, yeah. And there is a parade of women who come out of that room who all say they've just been told, if they're single, that they're about to get married and meet their husband. There's so many women who are like, it's happening in January this year. Like, I'm going to meet my husband. And like people start looking at rosters and like, how do we give them time off for the wedding? And how do we give them time off for possible mat leave?
They're ruining our lives.
And then if they are married, it's like you're either going to get a job or have another kid. It's just like they tell you these. I think it's like the idea of just telling women what they want to hear. Because like, look, believe what
or
you want to
even
believe.
like assuming that's what they want. So you're going to tell them to make them happy.
But here's the thing, like believe what you want, but psychics are not real.
They're not real.
They're not real.
They're not real.
People can't predict the future.
I can be your psychic and you can be mine.
Oh yeah. What should I say? You're going to get on
predict something about me.
you're going to get on Raya next year. In
So
May.
my one goal is not even meeting someone who's just getting on the app.
And then you'll be able to send them an email saying thanks, but no thanks. Okay, do me.
Okay. You're going to go on another cruise.
Oh, please God, no. I'll only go on the Disney cruise or a cruise to Alaska. That's otherwise
That's
cruise.
so weird that you said that because it was a Disney cruise in my head.
I mean, I say all the time I want to go on a Disney
You're
cruise.
going to go on a Disney cruise.
I'm going to be that weird adult with no children, just me on the Disney cruise.
You're going to go on the Disney cruise and the guy in the Mickey Mouse costume
Yeah.
is going to be like, whoa, you're the coolest girl I've ever met. But then the girl in the Minnie Mouse costume goes, stay away from my husband, you hussy. And you're like, I'm just here for a song and dance. I don't need any of this.
If any two people belong together, it's a cheating guy in a Mickey Mouse costume and a single woman in her 30s alone on a Disney cruise. Make that movie Netflix.
And yeah, I like to see a psychic top that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, stay tuned. We'll check in. We'll check in a few months to see if these things come true.
I also want to talk about the other half of the conversation that Dakota Fanning had.
Now that we've alienated all psychics and people who listen to them.
And now we're coming for the men.
My two most hated people, psychics and all men.
Psychics and men who like adventures. Okay. I thought the point of Raya, it's meant to be a like closed group of the elite of the elite. That's probably why I haven't been on it in 8 years.
No, I know plenty of people less
I know
special
every
than
single
you.
girl in this office is on Raya.
Really?
And I've seen, because you're not allowed to take screenshots because then you get locked out.
But you just get your friend to take a photo of the phone, right?
Or something like, I just watch their phone and watch them swipe. These guys are like accountants.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's why the waiting list is so big now, because it used to be just for celebs, but now it's just become the next form of like Hinge.
But come on, why can't I get on there?
No, buddy, you will. Maybe they know that you're just going to do a podcast about
I
it.
don't care. I don't care.
That's right. That's the energy we're putting out.
I don't care. I'll stick to my free dating apps. I'm a real person. I want to date real men. Okay, so when she's talking, and this is what's really annoyed me, because I thought the whole point of Raya was that you match with like a billionaire or like an aristocrat, and then your first date is them booking a private jet for you to travel to a nice island with the resort, and you have dinner and you go swimming, and then they fly you back. That's the whole point of Raya.
Yeah.
I didn't know these guys were doing the same thing as the guys on Hinge and Bumble, which is like, let's go on a hike. Let's go swimming at 6 a.m. Let's go grab a coffee. Let's go for an adventure, whatever that means. Let's go explore, whatever that means. I don't want to do any of that.
You don't do like that. So like Dakota Fanning, you don't do any
I'm
of that.
not like you. You love an adventure.
I was going to say, I actually do like all of these ideas.
That's like your no. Yeah. I feel like dating now, which is probably what Dakota Fanning's getting to, and the profiles that I see on dating apps are very similar to the ones she's talking about, where it's all about what I like, what I want to do, me.
Yep. And like if you don't, and I just think it's so almost like very brave of Dakota Fanning to come out and be like almost an anti-cool girl kind of thing, because that's what these men are saying on these dating apps, is that it's this test of like how cool and fun you are. Like if you're a good woman, like if you're the kind of woman who's desirable, then you want to hike a mountain and you want to go on an adventure and you want to swim and then you want to get a coffee, and the caveat is like, but you have to look thin and beautiful doing it.
That's the thing.
And,
That's the exact thing, because it's their way of saying that if you can do this, it means you're quote unquote healthy, which is quote unquote skinny beautiful. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to climb a mountain.
Yeah.
You do that by yourself or with your friends. Also, women can't climb mountains by themselves.
What? I do that all the time.
You can't. Not at nighttime.
Well, not at nighttime, no. But I don't think anyone should be climbing out at nighttime. Just so you know, that goes against all wilderness rules.
And I'm like, what just happened to drinks and dinner?
Yeah, that's
and also,
true.
what just happened to like dating for like a lifestyle that you can both kind of combine and do together, rather than trying to find someone to slot into what you want to do.
I thought it was so funny how like Dakota Fanning's words have just taken off, not just with like normies like us, but with celebs, because everyone was sharing this, and Evan Ross Katz, you know, his Instagram page, which is my favorite thing ever, how he does, the clips, everything. So he put that up, and it was just all these celebs liking it and then commenting underneath it. And like Rachel Zegler was like, this is the most important thing anyone has ever said since Kim Cattrall said, you know how Kim Cattrall said, like, I don't want to be in any situation for even a moment where I'm not having fun.
Yeah.
She's like, this is just as important. I was like, yeah, Rachel Zegler, it is.
Oh, it's so important. Like, this goes into the history books. Even when Whoopi Goldberg says, I don't want a man in my house.
Yeah.
It's so true.
I think about that all the time. She was like, I don't want a man in my house. And it's like, yeah, I think about that when I get home to my beautiful apartment at night. And I was like,
wait, we have girl apartments. It's really hard to get away from that.
Also, I thought under the Rachel Zegler comment there was, and like quite a few other celebs were jumping in as well. But I also thought it was interesting that a lot of women were saying, do these men not have friends? Because that was the other thing that I think Dakota Fanning was almost leading into. It's so funny. She's just trying to promote her new TV show. And she just answered an honest question, and she accidentally started a dating revolution. Is that what she's saying these men on Raya want, like all these men who are apparently like, Hollywood stars or really rich or really successful. They want someone to go hiking with them. They want someone to go to the beach with them. They want someone to go for walks with them, to have coffee, to hang out. And it's like,
you're looking for a friend.
You want a friend. You just don't have any. So you're on Raya desperately, like messaging them. When you get on, you should get on Raya not to find a partner when you get on there and just be like, hey, do you just need a friend?
Hey, Chase Crawford.
Yeah.
I'm a really good friend.
I'm just a really good friend. Maybe that's what you want.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
I mean, I won't hike. I'll do whatever, but not hiking.
Yeah, anything but that. Wow, Dakota Fanning out here doing the Lord's work.
I can't wait to hear all the rest of her interviews because she has to top this.
Yeah.
It has to happen.